Hey, Coach, welcome to Coach University Training 5. Our last training was all about mindset and leadership and outlook. And today we're going to switch gears and talk about one of my favorite topics, actually, one of our favorite topics, which is why you're here. And that is inviting to the coaching opportunity, sneak peeks, and talking with potential coaches and enrolling new coaches. And building a team is one of the most exciting parts of being a health coach. And we have the opportunity to expand our reach and grow an amazing team to share this journey with. And our amazing company also rewards us for growing our team and expanding our ability to help more people see changes with their health and lifestyle, which is pretty cool. You might be wondering, how do we even get started adding to my team? And that's a great question. Or how do I talk to people about coaching when I'm a brand new coach myself? Those are common questions, and we want to break down a simple process to talk to people naturally about coaching and the opportunity and joining our team. And it's important to remember it all starts with you. People connect and resonate with you in your story. That doesn't matter if you've been, a coach for 10 years or 10 days. People decide to become a coach because they see what coaching can do for others and for their own life. And you're in charge of showing them that. Like we shared in training 4, you are a leader the day that you started coaching. And you have more experience and knowledge than anyone you talk to about coaching. You'll always be a step ahead. When I was a new coach, I put off building for a little bit because I was really worried about that, and I'll always regret not jumping into it right away. I thought I had to know it all before I could mentor someone, and that's just not true. Once I realized that building my team and rank advancing was just a mindset, I went for it. And I've had a blast growing our coaching family, and I really look forward to seeing you guys do the same. You don't need to know every single detail about coaching to find a new coach and help them get started. That is precisely why we have a team, why we're here as your mentors, why you have your upline coach, and Coach University training is awesome, as well as our ongoing training. And we have all the tools and the resources and people in place to help your new coaches be successful. It's not just you. So one of the questions was, how do we talk to people about the coaching opportunity? And the best advice I ever received, I guess, growing my team was to share my story over and over, and then how coaching had changed my life. And whether you're brand new or a few months in, your life has most likely been changed for the better from coaching in our programs and products. For me, the first change I noticed was my energy and my attitude changed. And those little things are what you want to share each day, each week, and each month, because those are the things that are relatable. Maybe you're noticing more definition in your arms. Maybe you're having less cravings. Whatever it is, think about what you have that's changing that's relatable for others. And think about what made you become a coach. Did you see your mentor coach sharing something that resonated with you? Most likely you did. I know for me, my mentor coach, Christy, was sharing all the time about her freedom and leaving her job, firing her boss. And I'm like, I want to fire my boss. And I was stuck at the time in my full-time teaching job. And even though I thought I was happy, I was actually kind of miserable. And I wanted that flexibility and freedom to choose how my day and week looked. And I definitely wanted to be able to set my own goals and income. And that attracted me to her. So think about what attracted you to your coach and share about that. I want to give you some tips for sharing about coaching on social media that you can start implementing ASAP. So tip number 1, if you aren't sharing the opportunity to become a coach on social media, no one knows that there is one. I failed at this for probably my first year. And once I started sharing about the coaching opportunity, lots of people, were out there and ready to become coaches. So many coaches go weeks or even months without posting about coaching. And they will share about challenge groups, results, even that they are a coach, but they forget the big main point. Other people can do it too. Recommend sharing multiple times per week about your coaching journey. And don't worry about oversharing. You really are not going to be oversharing. Honestly, you guys, social media, people get on maybe like once a day. And the likelihood of them seeing your post is really slim. So the more often you share, the better chance that they see it. Also, think about the times that people are on social media. Evenings, weekends, lunchtime, early morning when they're laying in bed, waking up, right? That's when you want to share. That's when you want to be present to them. Tip number 2 is to talk to old you. So think about who you were before you started your health and fitness journey, before you became a coach. What does old you need to hear? There's some other woman or man out there that needs to hear that message that you needed back then. So how would you relate to new you? What are old you's pain points? And we'll talk about that. One way to share your story is by breadcrumbing. And really what that means is taking one of the pain points from your story and sharing that perspective, that one perspective, rather than your entire story. For example, maybe the pain point was that you felt a lack of purpose and passion before you started coaching. Share how coaching has brought that fire and purpose back into your life and why that means so much to you. Always finish your post by sharing that coaching isn't just for you, but for anyone looking for a change. Other pain points could include feeling sick and tired, being in financial need, missing a positive community, needing a mindset switch, and maybe even just wanting to help others and pay it forward. So going live is also a fabulous way to share your story and also help others learn about you and your personality, because you are you when you're going live. And you can do this on your profile or in your stories like Instagram or Facebook, or even in our challenge group if you need a little practice. And another tool for sharing your day-to-day, and I keep talking about this, which is Instagram and Facebook stories. These are awesome for sharing your coaching journey, you guys. And this happens in real time, and it's like the easiest way to breadcrumb because you're sharing little nuggets every single day, 7 days a week, months on end, right? And posting just 3 to 4 times a day on your stories will help people better understand what we do and you. And you can share your fitness and health journey, about our Best Life Tribe Challenge group, success that you're seeing, your clients and coaches' success, PD takeaways, and even takeaways about coaching. And this is a great place to invite people to get started with coaching or to learn more. There's actually a poll option in your stories. If you swipe up, you can see poll, and you can create a story talking about coaching. And at the end of your story, ask people if they would be interested in joining Coach University or want to know more about coaching. Swipe, have them just click yes or more info, please. And then you can swipe up and see who was interested, who wanted more info, and personally message them. Super easy way to invite en masse on your Instagram, Facebook stories. Okay, so tip number 3, which goes along with that, is to personally invite via messenger or in person. When we talk about inviting to challenge groups, back, I can't remember, training 1 or 2, we shared about how people don't know that they're invited unless they receive an invite, right? It's the same thing with coaching. They may see you sharing and think what you do is awesome and maybe even want to do it, but they don't know that they're invited unless you share it, or maybe they're intimidated or shy. And that was me. That's where personal messages are so important. I know for me, I got a personal invite, and that's the whole reason I started my fitness journey, actually, or working in fitness. I was going to a gym, and the gym owner one day was like, "Hey, Cass, when are you going to start instructing?" And I was like, me? What? But I thought about it and realized, like, he is confident in me becoming an instructor. And I was like, let's do this. It'd be great. I know I can do it. Same thing, you guys. Some people just need to know that someone else believes in them and sees that potential in them. So when you're reaching out to someone new, many times they'll read your message and not respond right away. You know what they're doing? They're actually going over to your profile page, your story, whatever, and they're going to check it out. They're going to see what you have to share about coaching on your social media and see if they can do it too. But if you have nothing on social media about coaching, they won't know. So by showing up on our social media and sharing about coaching, it gives them a first row seat to better understanding what we do and why we do it. And that way, the private message that you're sending matches the public. Also, in the resources, we included an inviting guide for the coaching opportunity, and there's different ways to connect and invite with people on there. Please go through that and pick out some ways that resonate with you, and you can tweak that a little bit to fit your language, but those are great starters. So the last little piece I want to talk about is how important it is to know there are different levels of commitment for coaching. And these are all the same type of official account through Beachbody, but the way that people commit their time and effort is different. So I'm going to run through, and there's 4 main ways. The first is a discount coach, and these are people who are signed up as a coach with a coach account, but they do not actively help people. They're not actively coaching. This is just someone who loves our programs, products, and community, is committed to their health journey, and they also want to save 25% like on their products and programs and all that. That is an awesome way to get coaches started and to grow your team. I would say that's probably how I started growing my team, was those committed, awesome challengers, Jenna too. And I think I pretty much got to diamond by building. My husband and my best friend was also building, but most of them were discount coaches. So that's a great way to get people started who are committed. The second kind of coach is a hobby coach. And these are people who are like a discount coach. They love the programs and products. They love being in the challenge group and rocking their goals. but they kind of want to help people occasionally too. So they're not an active business builder, but they are like, if someone comes along that wants to jump in, they're happy to coach and help them. A part-time and full-time coach are the most typical kinds of coaches we see. And part-time, I would say, is the most typical. Someone who works 10 plus hours a week, and they're committed to helping 3 or more people a month with their health goals. And they're also committed to growing a team of coaches. These are people who often have full-time jobs or full-time commitments outside of coaching. And so they've committed to working in the cracks of their day or so many hours a day each week on their coaching business. They're still a business builder, though, just to be clear. And then last is the full-time coach. And again, same thing, except for it's someone who really works this business full-time. We call that 25 plus hours a week. They're committed to growing a flourishing business and helping 5 plus people get started with their health goals and continuing as well to build a team of coaches. So disclaimer with that, we go through seasons in life and that's okay. It might kind of change, but if you truly want to grow this business, consistency and commitment are key. And if you're going from part-time to discount coach every other month, honestly, guys, you're not going to grow a successful business and team. So try to stick with a lane and keep going. You can always go up and come back down a little bit, but consistency is key. All right, so action items. Create a post or I would say an Instagram, Facebook story sharing about coaching with a call to action to join your team at the end. And you can check out a couple examples we've included in the resources. So that's action item number 1. Action item number 2 is create a list of 20 people you would love to have on your team or think would be great as a coach. Invite those 20 people using the scripts we provided in the resources and let us know if you need help kind of navigating that conversation. But Jenna, why don't you go ahead and share about talking to those potential coaches that might respond after you invite them?
Awesome. Thank you so much. I get so excited. This still gives me butterflies when someone shows interest in learning more about the coaching opportunity, because this truly is an incredible gift that we have to offer you guys. We could help change someone's physical health, their mental health, their emotional health, and even help change someone's financial situation. So if you're like me, it was all of the above, right? And Cassie really touched on a lot of those pain points. So think of, why you're here. And once you've started this journey, you've already gained that experience and that knowledge, and you're already seeing those changes in your life. So really, to add on to the consistency and commitment, I would also add on confidence, because you are here for a reason. So bring that with confidence when you're talking with people about coaching. And you never know who would be interested, right? So never discount anyone. Never think like, oh, well, they already have their own thing going on, or, I don't think that they would want to join me or whatever. Never discount anyone, because you never know which friend or family member or maybe a current challenger or follower on social media that needs this amazing opportunity. So you have that confidence and don't be afraid to share what this is all about and invite them to learn more. So we recommend if someone, let's say, shows interest on a post of yours or replies to a comment or watches your story, or someone that you might follow would be an amazing coach, bring that conversation to private message. So I know Cassie shared about that, but versus having a comment thread back and forth on a post, we totally recommend bringing that to a private message, just so it'll make your guys' conversation more intimate, and you guys will be able to form that relationship and get to know each other on a deeper level from the get-go. And another tip is I love using voice message, because versus typing out on a keyboard, all of what you have to share, having that voice message, if you're sending it to someone, that's going to show your excitement and your passion versus, again, just sending like a text, some sort of text message. And the second I start talking, my dog goes over by me. So as you're talking to someone in that private message, get to know them, ask questions about their life, their career, their family, support system, to get to know them on that deeper level. Because getting to know someone within their personal life, you could find that solution in that way that the coaching opportunity can serve them by filling that need or maybe even a void with something that's missing in their life. Again, hitting those pain points that Cassie shared. So a couple more pain points to think about as you're, going through a conversation with someone and asking questions about their job and getting to know them on a personal level is if someone shares that they're living paycheck to paycheck or haven't had a raise in a while, or they're struggling financially as a family, or just had some crazy expensive bills that they had to pay, you could offer that financial stability with the coaching opportunity. Or maybe someone is striving or needs that location freedom. They might have, or might be a military spouse, or they might, have a job or a spouse has a job, or they have a job that they have to move frequently. So this opportunity, you have that location freedom. You just need internet access, right? And some people, I see this all the time on Instagram, people that are like travel enthusiasts. They love to travel as much as they can, but sometimes their job is holding them back from that. So you could insert that coaching opportunity there. Another way is time freedom. So, giving more time with your family, with your kids. Someone might be working 60 or 70 hours a week, and don't be intimidated to present this opportunity to someone if they already have a full plate, because that is a handful of our coaching team right now. A lot of us started with full-time careers with high financial or time commitments. And we were looking for that time freedom and would have given that commitment to work harder now to be able to have that time freedom down the road. Maybe someone is overworked or underpaid. Like, raise your hand. Teachers, nurses, radiation therapists, right? People in the medical field, people that have a career of serving others, but they're so overworked and more often than not underpaid. I don't want to speak for everyone, but just really having that career of service. Maybe someone they already love physical fitness, right? They want to build a business around their passions. So someone that already might have that influence on social media and they just aren't earning an income for that. You could present the opportunity with that. And someone might just love the love and support of a community, like insert our Best Life Tribe, right? If someone is rocking our Best Life Tribe challenge groups every month, invite them to coaching, right? The more that they're engaging and lifting other people up, that might be a perfect opportunity for them to start to become a coach. So next, throughout that private invite or private message is actually sending that invite. So after getting to know them, share with them what you know about them and how coaching can fill that void and bring that freedom, fulfillment, financial stability, whatever that pain point is, how that could bring that, the coaching opportunity can bring that to their life. So again, listen to what they have to say and provide information based off of what they're sharing with you. So again, come from a place of confidence and share how your life has been changed. Share your story. And the more that you get to know our team, you'll be able to help, or you'll be able to share stories from other people on our team that might resonate with, a specific person that you're talking with. So it's absolutely incredible, all the stories that you're going to gather from challengers and other coaches on our team to be able to share with someone how much this has impacted someone's life. So if someone is interested after you sent that invite and wants more information, right, we have a couple different ways to provide what coaching is all about. So you're going to find your groove, after you have been a coach for a couple months, you're going to find your groove of what works best for you. But we have, like what Cassie shared, we have the tools and resources now. So do not feel like you have to reinvent the wheel. We want to provide you with what we do and how we do it, so you guys could dive in now, okay? So providing someone with information on the coaching opportunity, I'm going to share a couple different ways of what we do. The first is sending an email with a what is coaching audio or a video that presents everything about the coaching opportunity. Again, we already have those created. So don't freak out and be like, oh my gosh, I have to create this right now. You will down the road, okay? Once again, you get your groove, get that experience. We have the what is coaching opportunity videos for you to be able to send to someone who is interested. And I did say send via email, and that's just a tip coming from me to gain that email list, gain that contact list, because you're going to be able to send out emails and getting people to emails. You're going to be able to save that, right? Versus Instagram or Facebook message and everything gets lost in translation. sending via email for me is just an easier way to keep track. And number 2 is plugging them into a sneak peek or a what is coaching information session. So what that is, a sneak peek, is it's a private group that we actually host on Facebook. So we have info groups. Some people call them what is coaching info groups, sneak peeks, behind the scenes. You're going to probably hear different terminologies, but all it is, it's a group on Facebook, a private group on Facebook that we get to share what we do as coaches, what our company is about, what our team is about, how we get started, right? Maybe share some common hesitations or questions that people have. So it just really is a really great resource for potential coaches to check out and just be in a private, safe place. Like they could, gather information and knowledge about what the opportunity is. And our team hosts some sort of sneak peek or webinar the 3rd week of every month. So check out our events tab in our team page, and you'll see exactly what type of group we'll be hosting, when we'll be hosting our next one, and down the road, you could partner up with someone or do one on your own. So super, super exciting. But after you send that information, ask them when they plan on reviewing it and when would be the best time to follow up with them. Because by you planning that time to follow up, it's going to be that icebreaker as to, okay, like I sent them the information, they haven't reached back out to me yet, right? So right when you send the information, ask when they'll review it, say, I'm going to follow up with you on this day, and then we could discuss it. So just kind of already talk about those next steps, okay? And then when you do follow up, ask them what they liked most about the opportunity. And also ask what questions that they have. I personally, and I know Cassie does this too, we like to get on the phone after someone reviews the video or the information that we send them. So again, we could share that passion and emotion by having that one-on-one connection with a verbal conversation versus that typing conversation back and forth on Messenger. So with that video call or with that video interview call, it's really just, again, to ask them what questions they have, share how this opportunity can help benefit them. And again, you're probably like, oh my gosh, like I'm a brand new coach, I'm kind of scared to do this. We would be happy to jump on a 3-way call with you to just be able to run through an interview call with you if that would be something that you want to do. I will say I've held interview conversations via email also. So I didn't always get on the phone. I just find it easier now. And we'll include in the reference document an interview script. So what questions to ask them after they've watched the video or looked over the information, asking them what questions about what they liked and things like that. So as we discussed in previous training, people are going to be hesitant, right? They're going to have fears or they're going to have objections or questions, and that's normal, okay? That's our job to empathize and understand that change, yes, is scary, and listen to their listen to their hesitations and educate them on how coaching can impact their life, or just to be able to provide information with, if they have a question that's totally out of left field, you'll be able to just answer that. So pour belief into them, and again, be confident. Touch their heart by speaking from your heart. This is not something that has to be so intimidating, right? You, again, are presenting a gift to someone else. So before you know it, you are going to be adding people to your team, and it's going to be the most fulfilling just piece of this business opportunity of what coaching is all about. So start inviting now to the coaching opportunity. Cassie shared that your action item is to make your list of 20 potential people. Start inviting them, okay? And one tracking tip that I have for you guys, as you are talking with people or as you're seeing people liking and commenting on your posts, maybe watching your Instagram or Facebook story, keep a running list of people, let it be in a notebook or anywhere that you've been tracking your potential conversations that you're having with people. Keep a running list of potential coaches and also people that you might be following. If you think they'd be a great coach and just haven't invited them yet, write them down on your list and put a star next to their name and say, I have to invite them. And again, this could be people you've met online, but also think of your friends and family and even those challengers that you have, okay? So your action item is, we want to challenge you to reach Emerald rank this week. And if you already are an Emerald, that is incredible. You're on training 5 and you're already an Emerald coach. We still challenge you to enroll 2 more coaches and go double Emerald, okay? So use that list that Cassie told you guys to create and start inviting them, because Emerald is only enrolling 2 coaches on your team. You guys can do this, okay? So I want to wrap up with talking about how to enroll coaches. So let's say you've chatted with someone and you sent them the information and they are ready to get started as a coach. That's so exciting. And next is getting them enrolled. So what do I do? One thing that I always tell my coaches who are, they get so scared at this point, like, oh my gosh, what do I do right now? I always tell them, what did you do when you got started, right? What process did you go through? And it just kind of eases their mind a little bit, like, okay, it wasn't that hard, right? So more oftentimes than not, you're going to get them started with a challenge pack within their enrollment, okay? Some coaches might not need a challenge pack if they have already been involved with Beachbody or within our challenge groups. So just talk to your mentor to determine what option would be best with getting a new coach started if a challenge pack isn't that right fit for them. But I always get my new coaches started with the challenge pack if they're brand new to Beachbody and the opportunity. So as a new coach, you have 2 legs within your organization. So think of Emerald, right? You needed that 1 coach on your right leg and 1 coach on your left leg. So that's what the whole organization is built off of, those 2 legs. If you have questions about where should I place my next coach or my first coach, talk with your coach, okay, to determine which leg to place your new coaches as you're enrolling them. It gets kind of strategic once you start reaching Emerald rank and then double Emerald and going for Diamond. So it's easy peasy, but there is a little bit of strategy to that. So if a new coach is purchasing a challenge pack, I just want to run down a couple of things with you guys. A new coach enrolling with a challenge pack, there is a $39.95 coach enrollment fee, okay? If someone gets enrolled with a challenge pack, that fee is waived. So that's why I like to get my coaches started with challenge packs. It's kind of like the one-stop shop. They have everything that they need to get started. But say someone has already purchased a challenge pack, or they're a client and they are already within our Best Life Tribe, they could actually get that $40 activation fee reimbursed. So there is a form that you have to fill out. I typically fill it out for my coaches that enrolls. It's super simple. Just talk to your mentor on where to find that form in your coach online office. But they could actually get reimbursed if someone has previously purchased a challenge pack. And if a new coach wants to get started and they don't get a challenge pack initially, they have 31 days after their enrollment date to purchase a challenge pack and get that $39.95 enrollment fee reimbursed. So just a couple logistic things to think about, but I always go for getting that enrollment fee waived. So ask your coach if any of this is confusing with what to do with enrollments and fees and getting new coaches onboarded and things like that. So one of our easiest ways and quickest ways that we get coaches started is using that Share a Cart website. I know we talked about that with getting our challengers started. It's the same thing. It's the same website as enrolling a new client and a new challenger, or a new client and a new coach. Sorry. So we have a link in our resource document also below that, again, shares what Share a Cart is all about. And the only difference in using that website is there's an option to click client and there's an option to click coach when you put in their information. Alrighty? So this wraps up training number 5 of Coach University, and you guys have one more training. So we're going to cover a little bit more of onboarding new coaches when we begin the next training in Coach University. But for now, complete those action items for the week, okay? Reach out with any questions, dive into the resource documents, and be confident, okay? And head on over to Training 6 when you're ready.